Beneath the restless waves, far below the sunlit surface, lies a world untouched by light. A kingdom of shadows where pressure crushes steel, yet life endures. Down there, silence isn't empty. It breathes, it pulses, it whispers of creatures shaped by darkness and time. What thrives in this abyss is not alien, though it feels like another planet. It is Earth's final frontier, a hidden empire of fragile giants, bioluminescent ghosts, and predators sculpted by 1,000 crushing atmospheres. To journey here is to step into the unknown and discover life's ultimate resilience. Before we dive into the blackest waters, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, so together we can uncover the secrets that the ocean still hides. The ocean has always been a mirror of human wonder, a surface of glittering waves that hides more than it reveals. For centuries, sailors looked across the horizon and thought of distance, but few dared to imagine what lay beneath. Because beneath, there is no horizon, only depth. A descent into silence, into pressure, into a darkness so complete it feels infinite. At first, the journey seems harmless. The surface light dances like liquid glass, casting silver patterns across your eyes. Schools of fish scatter like living sparks, reflecting the warmth of the sun. Here, the ocean is familiar, almost comforting, a world tethered to ours. But the deeper you go, the faster the familiar begins to dissolve. The light dims to a muted blue, soft and fading. At 30 meters, the red hues vanish first. The color of blood, of fire, of warmth, gone as though it never existed. At 60 meters, orange slips away. At 100, yellow fades into memory. The deeper you descend, the more the spectrum collapses, until only cold blues and shadows remain. You are leaving the world of color behind. The silence begins to thicken. Sound behaves differently underwater. It bends, stretches, lingers longer than it should. A whale's call can echo for miles, resonating through the blackness like a ghostly bell. Yet as you sink lower, even these echoes become scarce. The world grows quieter, as though the ocean itself is drawing in a breath, waiting. You enter the twilight zone, the mesopelagic, a place between light and darkness, between life and extinction. Here, creatures drift in slow motion, translucent bodies designed to disappear. Lanternfish flash with pulses of light, signaling to one another in a language we barely understand. Small squids shimmer, their bodies turning into brief streaks of fire before vanishing into the dark. Everything here is an illusion: appear, disappear, survive. And with every meter downward, the weight of the ocean begins to press. At 200 meters, the pressure doubles what it is at the surface. At 500, it becomes unbearable for human lungs. By 1,000, it would crush us flat. Yet here, strange life persists, fragile-looking, yet stronger than steel. Creatures whose bones are almost non-existent, whose bodies are more jelly than flesh, withstand forces that no human vessel can without armor. It is here that the descent begins to change us. The mind feels smaller, more fragile, as if shrinking with the narrowing band of light. The body may be protected in a vessel, but the spirit feels naked in this abyss. Every flicker of light in the dark becomes a mystery, every shadow a question. Are we intruders here, or explorers? Perhaps both. For millions of years, this twilight has been untouched, its creatures unbothered by human hands. They have never seen the glow of our machines, never felt the hum of our engines. We arrive here like strangers stumbling into a cathedral, not realizing we are standing on sacred ground. And as you drift deeper, the last threads of daylight vanish. You are now leaving the world you know behind, entering a place where the laws of survival are rewritten, where light is born not from the sun, but from the creatures themselves. The abyss is opening its gates, and the question lingers in your mind, heavy as the pressure outside. If life can thrive here, in silence, in darkness, under crushing weight, Then, what else might the universe be hiding in its unseen depths? The vessel drifts downward, past the threshold where sunlight can no longer follow. This is the boundary line, the point at which Earth becomes another planet. The blackness is not empty. It is full, thick, almost alive. Darkness here is not the absence of light, but its own kind of presence, stretching endlessly in every direction. The first instinct is fear. Not the fear of predators or storms, but of scale, of realizing how small we are against this cathedral of pressure and shadow. Above, the sky is vast. Yes, but it feels reachable. Down here, there is no horizon, no end. Only depth. Your instruments flicker in the gloom, beams of artificial light slicing across the void. And then, life answers. Tiny sparks, scattered like stars, drift across the current. Bioluminescence. Creatures glowing with their own chemical fire, carrying lanterns born inside their flesh. For them, light is language. Some pulse in quick bursts, a signal of warning. Others glow in slow waves, a lure for prey. Some scatter blue light like sparks from a dying fire. And here, drifting among them, are hunters. Creatures designed by necessity, sculpted by darkness. The hatchetfish, its body sharp and metallic, mirrors the faint light from above so perfectly it vanishes when seen from below. The viperfish, with jaws too large for its skull, dangles a glowing lure in front of needle teeth, waiting for a reckless wanderer to swim too close. Each one, no matter how grotesque, is beautiful, because each is proof that life can shape itself to fit the unimaginable. But the deeper you go, the stranger survival becomes. At 600 meters, oxygen dwindles. Here, most fish rise and fall in great vertical journeys, timing their movements with the turning of the day. To us, this seems impossible, swimming up and down hundreds of meters in darkness, across crushing pressure. To them, it is rhythm. The ocean breathes through their migration. Even the water itself feels heavier here, dense and cold, a body of liquid that moves with impossible slowness. Your vessel groans against the squeeze, the steel trembling with the reminder that down here, survival is borrowed. One crack, one failure, and the weight of the ocean would flatten everything inside. Yet outside, fragile creatures move as though pressure doesn't exist at all. Occasionally, a shadow slips past, too large, too fast, gone before recognition. Was it a squid stretching its limbs across the beam of light like ropes of darkness? Was it something larger, something unseen? The ocean keeps its secrets close. What we glimpse is only an echo of what remains hidden. And then, as if to remind you that life here is not fragile but fierce, a glow erupts in the dark. A siphonophore, a colony creature longer than a blue whale, drifts like a living galaxy, its tendrils sparking with thousands of lights. It is not one creature, but many, bound together in a single body, feeding, glowing, drifting. To behold it is to feel as though you are floating among stars, but stars that move, that hunt, that live.